Good morning, first grade. This is Mrs. Webb signed in with you. I hope you're having an awesome break from school. And I wonder if everyone's in their pajamas. It could be like a pajama day today in your Google Classroom. I am here today to do your shared reading lesson with you. So let's get started right off, and we're going to talk about nonfiction stories or texts that we have already kind of talked about. Most of you have. And one of the text features for a nonfiction text would be the glossary. And that is what you can see right now on your screen. And remember, a nonfiction story is an informational story. It tells us true facts, true things. And so I would like to start with our glossary, because in the glossary it has the important vocabulary words that you might not know or understand. So we'll look at those quickly first, and then we will get into our nonfiction text here. So the first word in our glossary is burrows, which are holes dug in the ground by animals for use as homes. And I know a few of the teachers have taught this word before, so a lot of you know what a burrow is now. Another word in our glossary is a naked mole rat. And I want you to think just a minute about why you think that this type of rat is called a naked mole rat. What do you think might be special about this rat? Are you thinking? A naked mole rat is burrowing, almost hairless rodents that are nearly blind and live in Africa, so they don't have hair. That is why they're called naked mole rats. The next word is puffins, any of three kinds of diving seabirds known for their brightly colored beaks. Salamander is a kind of amphibian that has smooth, wet skin, a long tail, and short legs. So they look like a little lizard. Tunnels are underground passages, which I bet most of you know. And a wombat is a burrowing mammal with a pouch and short legs that looks similar to a small bear. So now that we have gone over our bold-faced vocabulary words in our glossary, we're going to hop over to the front cover, and I bet you've already got some thoughts about what the main idea of this story is, or what the topic of this book might be. So the cover or the title of our story or our text is What Lives in This Hole? Our focus before we get started is going to be about what the main idea might be, what the main idea of this text is, and also what the details are. What details support the main idea? And I know that most of us have talked about this already so far in first grade too. So we pretty much can think about maybe what our main idea will be. So we're going to get started and read, and then I'll probably stop our story here in halfway through or so, and I want you guys to be brainstorming about what you think the topic is, the main idea of our nonfiction text. All right, what lives in this hole? Another feature in a nonfiction text would be the table of contents, which lists the different topics of the book, and you can find those topics and the page number that they can be found on. So if you want to look up taking a nap, you can find taking a nap and go to page 14, and it'll take you right to that topic. So let's go ahead and get started. Animal burrows. Many animals live in holes called burrows. I wanted to know more about them. My teacher helped me learn about them. I used the computer to share what I learned. Come see what I've learned. And there is a teacher in a photograph with a student, and in our nonfiction stories, the pictures are photographs. They're real, most of the time they're real photographs. And under that picture is a caption, which are the words that describe the photograph. My teacher and I work together. Staying cool. A tortoise lives in this hotel. It lives in a desert. It digs a burrow to get away from the heat. And the caption reads, a desert tortoise hangs out in a burrow, and there is a map on where you can find those tortoises. That's a pretty big burrow. Keeping eggs safe. A big spider lives in this hole. It lays eggs in a little bag. It takes the bag when it leaves to find food. And this caption, look at that spider. A Goliath bird-eating spider hides in its burrow. And there is a big picture of that spider. Wowzer. The Goliath bird-eating spider is as big as a dinner plate. So that's a wowzer fact. And there in South America is where you can find that spider. And I'm kind of glad we live in North America. I don't want to run into that spider. Making a nest. This is a hole for puffins. They spend most of their time at sea. And the caption for this is an Atlantic puffin sits in its burrow. And there is the map for where you can find that little guy. They dig a burrow on a cliff. The burrow is a nest. Both parents take care of the egg. And the caption reads, a puffin feeds its chick. Wowzer, another wowzer fact. Puffins may have bright colors on their bills. Some people call puffins clowns of the sea because they're so colorful. Living in the dark. Naked mole rats live in this hole. They live in the dark. And there is the naked mole rat. A naked mole rat pokes its head out of its burrow, and that's what the caption reads there. They dig tunnels to find food. There's another vocabulary word. One animal digs, others move the dirt away. And there you can see that first one there. He's the one digging. Naked mole rats dig as a team. And above that picture is a photograph of a real naked mole rat and his long front teeth. That's what helps him dig. This next page says hiding and laying eggs. A big salamander lives in this underwater hole. It lives in rivers and streams. It hides all day and hunts at night. A Japanese giant salamander comes out of its burrow, and there is a photograph for that one. And you can see where it lives. The burrow is a safe place for eggs. A female lays many eggs. A male keeps the eggs safe. And here in this photograph, it's a male salamander protects. It says a male salamander protects the eggs. And those are those eggs right there. The next page is taking a nap. A wombat lives in this hole. It sleeps in its burrow all day and it comes out to find food at night. And there's another wowzer fact. A wombat's burrow may be as long as 3 school buses. And there is where they live down in Australia. More to come. Other animals live in burrows too. It is so fun to learn about animals. And the caption for this photograph is snakes live in burrows too. Look at those snakes. There's at least 4 in that burrow. I'd probably stay away from that burrow too. And then the glossary is at the end. So just to take a moment and think about what you think the main idea of this nonfiction story or text was, I want you to think about it for just a minute. And I'm going to kind of tell you what I think. And the main idea in this nonfiction story is about animals that burrow. So our topic or our main idea would be animals that burrow, and all of the details to support that would be all of the animals that do burrow. So we've listed quite a bit of and learned about quite a bit of animals that do burrow. And so what I want you to do next for your assignment is to hop over to Google Classroom, and you're going to see another link that will take you to Google Slides, and you're going to fill out that little sheet there and name the main idea and the details. If you have any questions, you can text me those or message me on Google Classroom or have a parent help you. And I can't wait to see all of your answers. If you want to go back to this story to look through the book again and listen to Miss Webb read again, you can do that and pause and look at the different pictures, and that will help you remember what animals were in our story today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you soon.